guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be looking at an art challenge where I'll be taking alcohol markers and coloring on wood. But before I get into all that, I'm going to go ahead and sketch out some ideas. So here's my sketchbook. And I'm going to start by putting this right here, just so I can see the design and sketch it over here. And I'm not looking for it to be super exact, just trying to make sure I've got my boundaries in, I guess. Yeah, not accurate at all, but close enough for what I need. And so initially when I saw this sort of design, it reminded me of those old antique brooches, like the necklaces that the people wore back in the 1800s, and they often had a portrait, a cameo kind of portrait on it. Often they were profiles, and they were usually in white and stuff. But since I'm using markers, I'll definitely be using colors. But I'm not entirely too sure if this is exactly what I want to do. I'm just trying it out just to see. It's pretty, but I'm not really feeling it. Okay, so I'm going to try something different. I'm not feeling a lot of inspiration from that one. Probably because I'm feeling more in a fan art sort of mood. So I just finished watching Steven Universe, the movie that just came out, and they introduced this character Spinel, and she was the cutest dang thing I've ever seen. Not in the beginning. She was quite bitter and upset in the beginning, but then she gets cuter. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but I kind of want to draw something super cute, and basically her. And of course I draw her mostly in my sort of style. She's a lot more cutesier than this, but I mean, she's also a cartoon. So, and my style is cartoonish, but it's not that cartoon, if that makes any sense. Then I've always got a habit of never being able to fit anything within the canvas size that I make. So, but anyways, she has these heart buns, and they're so cute. And if you're getting a little bit of a creep factor, then good, because she's kind of a creepy-ish character. I mean, I wouldn't say she's completely scary, but she did have her moments. I feel like her heart buns were a lot bigger. They seem too small. So I know she's popping out of the wood, in a sense, the wooden frame, but clearly I won't be able to do this in the actual painting. Okay, so I definitely think I like this. I think it's super cute. Is it silly that I'm doing fan art? Probably. But I'm a pretty hardcore believer in you should always draw things that you want to draw. So this is what I'm gonna draw. Alright. So I'm going to use the same pencil to do my sketch, and then I'll be using markers to color it in, and then a black liner. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I have to make it smaller because I ran out of room here. And I can't press as hard with this pencil on the wood because then it'll leave indentations or impressions. So I don't want that. Okay. I don't know if the camera is picking it up as well, but this is pretty much the sketch on the wood. I'm not doing it too harshly, so I don't know how much detail is being shown. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to marker coloring. So I've got my Copics. I'm going to split them on either side. And the color scheme overall for this character is basically just various tones of pinks. So I feel like this is also going to be a mashup of using all my pink art supplies in a sense, despite the fact that I'm only using markers. But to be fair, at this point, markers is pretty much the only art supply I have, so yeah. So basically, to avoid the colors being soaked into the wood and bleeding everywhere, I did go ahead and sand the surface of this wood to kind of avoid that. I'm still getting it a little bit, but it's not as harshly noticeable as it was when I first did just a little sample size test. So I'm hoping I don't have any issues with this one, or at least not too much. This is so far coming out a lot better than I thought it would, and I'm really relieved. Okay. Alright, she has a super strong, deep kind of pink for hair. It's almost red, but not quite. Let's see. kind of like this old red. I'm also going to do her eyelashes in this super strong red. Ooh, I like that. I was originally thinking I was going to do a black liner for the lashes, but I think I like this really dark red instead. And then her eye color, I'm going to make a light pink. And like, I think the old version of Spinel, she had black eyes. I'm not sure, but I kind of want to stick to a very pink theme, because I feel like if I did black eyes, it'd be a little too strong. And there we go. And then I'll outline it slightly in the super dark red. And Spinel doesn't actually have this cute little curl. This is my own personal take on that. There's actually a lot of things that I changed about her in this portrait. And then I'm gonna do other little curl. I think what I love about Spinel the most is that the creator, I don't know if Rebecca Sugar created Spinel specifically herself, but you can definitely see the inspiration behind this character. To me, it's just a mashup of Sailor Moon meets Mickey Mouse. That's what it felt like. And it's funny that I said, oh, I'm gonna draw the final version smaller so that I can fit the heart buns in. And I did like exactly the opposite. I think I even made it bigger. So you don't get to appreciate the heart buns. I really like how her hair is coming out. Despite the fact that you can't appreciate the heart buns, I'm overall generally satisfied with the coloring. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. Huh? Oh well, it's alright. When I was flicking my marker out, it got on the outer ridge. Wasn't on purpose, but oh well, doesn't matter. I'll see if I can come up with something inventive to fix it later. And her shirt is white, but I don't have, I mean, I have white colors. I'm using a brick white right now, but I don't think it's gonna show up. I think it's just gonna stain the wood and that's it. I wonder if a blue would have been a better idea. Let me see if I have a blue. Kind of shows up. Depends on how strongly I end up using it. I don't know if it'll show up on camera though. Didn't really think about that. Kind of does, but also kind of doesn't. Alright, so I'm trying to mimic the way a gem facets, because Spinel's gem is a heart-shaped one. So I'm outlining it in this same sort of old red color. There we go. Part of me wonders if I should have just painted the surface in white acrylic, because one thing I kind of wish I had was like some white shinies and stuff, but I guess I should have thought of that prior. Okay, so her princess puff sleeves are like a lighter pink. Okay. And then I totally colored her hands in like with a peachy color, when in actuality she's wearing gloves. So I'm going to use this pure pink color. And there we go. And so I think right now it's just a matter of outlining it. Let me add some blue in her eyes for shading. And so I'm just using these Bianio Micron pens. And this is the brush one. I did want to talk more about the movie, but I honestly just don't know what to say without completely spoiling it for those who haven't seen it. So I guess I will say though that Spinel deserved better, and that I used to love Pink Diamond / rose quartz so much, but lately I'm just not entirely too sure about that anymore. So I don't know how noticeable it is, but while lining this piece, I should have lined it like starting from left and going right, but instead I went right to left and my palm kind of rested on the ink. So when I went to go work over here, it transferred onto her face and I just don't know how I'm gonna fix it. And like, it's not too noticeable far away, but yeah, up close you can see all the smudges. So annoying. Okay, well, tried like taking a bit of alcohol to it because these Micron pens are water-based and water-resistant, so I figured maybe that would work, but it kind of did. Kind of didn't. In the process though, I smudged out some of the alcohol of the markers. So let me just fix that. I'm gonna go in with some darker blue because I didn't like how light the other blue was. Alright, and now I'm gonna do the lining of her nose. And I'm using a super fine point. It's a 0.1 size. So don't want these particular features to be too bold. And then her lips. Now some shinies. Hopefully this white gel pen works really well on wood. And it does. Yay. That's actually really relieving. And I love how opaque the white is coming out. I may end up going a little bit crazy with it. I felt like I added a lot of blush to her in the beginning, but now it's completely faded away. Like it just completely got sucked into the wood and disappeared. And it looks like I put no blush on her. So that's a little disappointing. Okay, yeah, I'm having way too much fun with the shinies. I can't help it. Someone stop me. Ooh. Now her gem actually looks more like a gem with all the shininess. And let me add some color to this shine in her hair. And then I'm gonna add more like white shinies to her hair. But since I colored in the shine previously with this light pinker color, I'm gonna let it dry just a bit. So I guess I'll focus on some sort of a background. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a purple background. And then I'm thinking of going in with this darker purple and creating some vertical lines. I don't know, just something for like interest, because it feels kind of pretty flat in the background. Let me give it a try. And this color isn't all that dark. Let me see if I can get a darker purple. Well, that's really dark. But that's basically what I was looking for. The only thing is this color looks really similar to her hair color. And there we go. I really like it. So now I'm going to go back and do the shinies in the hair with the white gel pen, if I can get it to work, because it's not responding to me. There we go. Yeah, I'm way more satisfied with how these really bright white shinies are coming out on the hair. Way more than what I had before, that's for sure. And that's that. So I outlined the teeny itty bitty outer border because that's where I kind of like messed up around this area with like marker going into that area. So I just went in with the black brush pen that I have and filled it in. And I definitely feel like it pulls it all together. So, whoops. So if you enjoyed this video, maybe comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.